Hello friends. Today we will do this chapter 5th, The People's President. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was an unusual personality who made missiles but talked of peace, education for all, and the empowerment of students, as he was convinced that the young generation was the hope of the future. In his own words, I will keep the lamp of knowledge burning to achieve the vision, developed India. This is exactly what Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam did, igniting your young minds to learn, to question, and dream of fulfilling their goals in life. Today, we are reading about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, about his life, not only as an extraordinary scientist but also the former President of India. Dr. Kalam was born on 15th October 1931 in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. He was the youngest sibling of the four brothers and sister. His father owned a ferry, while his mother was a housewife. The family lost much of its property and wealth when Dr. Kalam was young, and he sold newspapers to supplement the family's income. Although he was an average student at school, he took great interest in mathematics and was devoted to his studies. He completed his schooling from Swartz Higher Secondary School, Ramanathapuram, and went on to attend St. Joseph College, Tiruchirappalli, where he graduated in physics. He then went on to study aerospace engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology. After his graduation, he joined Aeronautical Development Establishment of the Defence Research and Development Organization as a scientist. What made Dr. Kalam a scientist with a difference? He was a great learner who had an insatiable curiosity, a zest for life, and optimism which made him reach out for the impossible. He was closely associated with India's civilian space program and military missile development efforts. Here we are dealing with him as a scientist. He thus came to be known as the Missile Man of India for his work on the development of ballistic missile and launch vehicle technology. As Dr. Kalam himself acknowledged, I learned leadership from three great teachers, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Professor Satish Dhawan, and Dr. Brahm Paksh. This was the time of learning and acquisition of knowledge for me. He believed in the progressive growth of science and felt that nanotechnology was a field of future that will replace microelectronics and many fields with tremendous application potential in the areas of medicine, electronics, and material science. Now in this para and in the previous page, we not only knows about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, his life in early days, but also as a scientist. And also that he learned leadership from these three teachers, great teachers, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Professor Satish Dhawan, and Dr. Brahma Paksh. And he was in very much favor of this nanotechnology, which he thought to be a future technology in medicine, electronics, and material science. Further we move, Dr. Kalam served as a chief scientific advisor to Prime Minister and the Secretary of DRDO from July 92 to December 99. He serves as the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. He was the first scientist to become the President of India. Dr. Kalam also received Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian honor, before he was selected as the President. So he was also the owner of Bharat Ratna. He received. This is a very high civilian honor. Further, we learned about his life that Dr. Kalam is remembered on the President's estate in New Delhi for the digitization of the library, the tactile garden for the visually challenged, a health center, street lights, pavements, new staff quarters, and above all for opening of Rashtrapati Bhavan to everyone. The most important aspect of Kalam's personality was his essential simplicity, his childlike enthusiasm, and his modesty. Despite all the accolades he received for his work. No other public figure endeared himself to all sections of the country as he did. He was an educator par excellence, and he believed that educational opportunities must be created for all children as it was the most powerful tool in alleviating poverty. His messages to children always resonated. His belief that students should be provided with wings to fly. He strongly believed in the role of a teacher in shaping young minds. He once said creativity is a key to success in future, and primary education is where teachers can bring creativity in children at their level. He kept meeting students whenever, wherever, and he could, wherever, urging them to break free from the shackles of poverty, tradition, and ignorance, motivating them to dream big and aim for the sky. He wanted students to question, to explore, to develop the confidence. From here, we came to know that he does not want students just to follow this education system where theories are only done and they have no ideas at all. He wants them to cultivate with a creativity so that they could think, they could create, they could develop more confidence, they explore in their environment. Okay, so he was an optimist who saw innumerable opportunities at every corner and believed earnestly that India could be one of the most developed nations of the world if we harnessed our talents, made use of our opportunities, and pursued a path of common sense. He reiterated that dreams transform into thoughts and thoughts result in action. According to him, dreams are not those which come while we are sleeping, but dreams are those when you don't sleep before fulfilling them. He is referring to the person's creativity here, that once if a person is wanted to acquire something or is dreaming to create something, so as we know necessity is the mother of invention, he could do this only through the education. And when he with education he also gets many opportunities from all the sections where he can develop the confidence, where he could explore more and more, where he has innumerable opportunities so that he can experiment with trial and error method and he could achieve his dreams. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam set a target of interacting with 1 lakh students in 2 years after his resignation from the post of scientific advisor in 1999. He said, "I feel comfortable in the company of young people, particularly high school students. Henceforth, I intend to share with them my experiences, helping them to ignite the imagination and preparing them to work for a developed India for which the roadmap is already available." He was an inspiring and visionary leader who wanted young people to have the courage to think differently, to invent, to travel the unexplored path, to discover the impossible, to solve problems, to succeed. He motivated students to be active and take on responsibilities and to work for the things. Further here, they believed in and not surrendered to fate. He was a nation builder in true sense of term and transcended caste, religion and language. Okay. Dr. Kalam was a patriot who pondered seriously about how technology can help common man. So he was a secular person, a true patriot who want to reach out to all sections of the society, irrespective of their gender, caste, region, religion, language, and wanted them to strive hard with the opportunities the people have and to explore the environment, to create, to think in a new way, to invent, so that the country would be a developed country. Okay. When he realized that that The coronary stent, a small extendable tube inserted to facilitate the smooth flow of blood in heart patients. So when he realized that a coronary stent, a small extendable tube inserted to facilitate the smooth flow of blood in heart patients, cost over 60,000, he decided to make a prototype. Prototype is just a model at a much lower cost. He made a safe, biocompatible and long-lasting stent from the alloys used in missile technology. He collaborated with Dr. Somaraju, and the two scientists developed the Kalam Raju stent, a low-priced, safe and effective device that has been used successfully to help many patients. Dr. Kalam was a great thinker, writer. The most famous of his books are Wings of Fire, Ignited Minds, Unleashing the Power Within India, My Journey Transforming Dreams into Action, Mission of India, Inspiring Thoughts and Indomitable Spirit. So from this we came to know that Dr. Kalam was not only a great thinker, writer, a missile man of India, but also a optimist who wanted India to become a developed country irrespective of its caste, region, religion or language. He wanted education to get into the nooks and corners of country, and so each and every person from any kind of background should take complete advantage from the education and explore an environment. So these are the great actions of and commendable thoughts and works of Dr. Kalam. Now we come to question and answers. What did Dr. Kalam study at Madras Institute of Technology, that is MIT? Page 63. Here it is. See. He then went on to aerospace engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology. So he studied aerospace engineering. Now question number 2, where did he join as a scientist? After his graduation, he joined Aeronautical Development Establishment of Defense Research and Development Organization as a scientist. So this is on page 63. Question number 4, name any 2 books that he has written. It could be anything like Wings of Fire, Ignited Minds, Unleashing the Power Within India. Then answer these questions in 40 words. First, what was Dr. Kalam's life as a young boy like? As a young boy, we get to know about his background. He was not from very rich family, so the family lost much of its property and wealth when Dr. Kalam was young, and he sold newspapers to supplement family's income. Although he was an average student at school, he took great interest in mathematics and was devoted to his studies. Question 2, why did you think children were important? Give reasons for your answer. This is on page 64. See here, it is, this is V2. He was an educator par excellence, and he believed that educational opportunities must be created for all children. It was the most powerful tool in alleviating poverty. This means to do away with poverty, it is important that all children must be given equal opportunities. This only would make them enlighten away from poverty. Okay, so his message to children always resonated his belief that students should be provided with wings to fly. He strongly believed in the role of teacher in shaping young minds. Okay, then another question is, what legacy did he leave behind on President Estates? Here it is. It's on page 64, para 3rd. What legacy did he left? Dr. Kalam is remembered on the President Estates in New Delhi for digitization of the library, a tactile garden for visually challenged, a health center, street lights, pavements, new staff quarters, and above all, for opening Rashtrapati Bhavan to everyone. Question number 4. Do you think Dr. Kalam was a patriotic man? Why or why not? Again on page 66. See, in the second last para, Dr. Kalam is a patriot. From here till many patients. Okay. And again on page 65. Here we get him as a visionary leader. On the second para, the last third line. Okay. Till language. Okay. Question C. What kind of person was Dr. Abdul Kalam? Give example from the passage. First we turn on to page 64. This is fourth para, the most important aspect of Kalam's personality. Till this line, country. Then again here on page 65, visionary leader, till language. And then again Dr. Kalam is a patriot, till many patients. Okay, now the second question, why do you think Dr. Kalam placed so much faith in technology? Do you think he was right to do so? Give example from text and from your own experience. We can only give experience from the text. This is on page 66. Again, Dr. Kalam is a patriot, where he has developed this stent, a prototype of a stent. So it's still patients, this complete para. Now we come to D section. Students should be provided with wings to fly. Who should give the student wings to fly? It's again the teacher. Explain the meaning of these words. It's on page 64. Here it is. He strongly believed in the role of a teacher in shaping young minds, because he had once said creativity is a success to future, and primary education is where teacher can bring creativity in children at that level. Now second part is the most important aspect of his personality was his simplicity. What do you think this statement means? He was down to earth, he was modest, endeared himself to all sections of country. B. Why do you think such a characteristic is important or useful? Because he was a visionary leader for shaping future of a country. C. Give example from text where he provided a simple solution to a problem. Again this is on page number 66, where in the middle of this para, in the last line, developed a Kalam Raju stent, a low price, safe and effective device that is being used successfully to help many patients. Now with this we have completed with this chapter, and in case if there is any difficulty, please let me know through